Hey guys, Lost here, and now DayZ has finally exited early access, releasing its 1.0 update. Now, I don't usually do first impression videos, but DayZ has always been a game that has been close to my heart, and having a good first impression of a game is oftentimes what makes or breaks brand new players. Now, I really hate talking about myself, but I kind of want to so you get a good idea about where my background has been with this game in the past, so you know really where I'm coming from with this first impressions. So I first bought this game back in February of 2014, so just a couple months after it had launched, and I put about 780 hours into it over the years, and it is really a game that solidified me into the PC gaming culture. I've loved it and hated it throughout the years, going with the game through its ups and downs, and the last time I played the game was probably about a year and a half ago. However, the last time I seriously played was easily about 2 years. So there has been a pretty good span of time since I've really gotten into this game, so there's probably been a lot of changes between that time that I don't know about. So if I mention like changes that I've seen in the game in this video, it's very possible that they happened a long time ago and I'm just way out of date. In the past, even though I did love this game tremendously, I have also had a lot of hate for it. I even went as far as to write my first Steam review, and it was a negative review about the game. Not so much about the game itself, but more to the fact that it has been in early access for so long, and it hasn't seemed like a lot of progress has been made. Well, at least here we are, and it seems like there is some at least. So just keep in mind as I go through this is just my perspective on the game, and this is kind of where I've come from. It might come off as having a negative or a pessimistic outlook on the game, but this is just kind of where I'm at. So I've wasted enough of your time, so let's just get into it. So when it just launched today, I got on with a friend for about an hour and a half, and I stayed mostly on the coast, kind of where a lot of new players would be, and it was on a fairly low populated server. So one of the first things I noticed when I got into DayZ was it now runs at an almost constant 60 frames, which is a huge jump considering for the longest time it fluctuated massively and had terrible frames at times for the first 3 or 4 years or so. However, I quickly became skeptical when I noticed this. It was a stamina bar on the bottom left. Now, that had me scared because this entire time during my playthrough, I never once saw a vehicle, which means the main mode of transportation so far in the game is still running. So the fact they have that capped off now really had me irritated through most of the game. However, somewhat of a saving grace there, it does recharge fairly quickly, and you can run a moderate amount before it has to fill back up again. So I kind of got used to it. The second thing I noticed were the food, water, and health meters all on the bottom right of the screen, which did seem to be fairly helpful. However, it seems like the food and water are fairly sensitive, so they now do chip away at your overall health if they are not all filled up almost to the top. Also, if you are not at a pretty high level of health, it will also affect how fast you can run, how fast you can sprint, which was also a big annoyer for me. Now, I am fairly knowledgeable about DayZ with all my hours in it, so I didn't have to worry about staying healthy for too long, but for about 10% of my playthrough, I was dragging my feet a little, and it was kind of an agonizing, 10% of the time because I was not going very fast. And when you're on the brink and you need food and water, that had me on edge a bit. The friend I was playing with at the time actually died, and he noticed that when he started to die from thirst and hunger, it really did take a toll on his speed. Now, for those of you who don't know, in previous versions of DayZ, the only thing that really affected the speed of how fast you ran was if you had a broken leg or a broken ankle or something. But even then, almost all of the time you could run and sprint unimpeded unless, like you had an injury. I do appreciate them taking steps to make the game more realistic. I am not one to complain about a game being too hard, and really I had no problems overall with staying alive due to food and water concerns, but it was a concern I had, that it was slowing me down as I was trying to travel. Again, with running and walking being your main mode of transportation. So as my friend and I played along, we were in Berenzino on, the east side of the map, and we managed to scrounge together food and water, so we stayed pretty healthy for most of the time. However, we quickly ran into some problems, or mostly my friend did, as we scrounged for weapons and things. The controls are a little finicky, especially when you're jumping over some objects sometimes, but I figured out how that worked. However, my friend at 2 different times did have problems handling the weapons. At one point, it said that he had his weapon in his hand, even though he didn't, and when he tried to drop it on the ground and then pick it back up, the weapon disappeared, so kind of classic DayZ. That's a little disappointing to see. Okay, come here, zombie, come here.
How do I...
Get behind me, get behind me, get behind me, get behind me. Like that. Oh, there you go.
Let's go. Follow me. There's another one.
Water
I
right
can't pull my sledgehammer out.
Dude, drop it on the ground and put it in your inventory.
There, I just dropped it. It's not there. Exactly. And it's gone. Fucking great.
Okay, fair enough. And then a separate time when he picked up a fire axe, when he had it in his hand and tried to use it, he continued to punch like a boxer instead of actually swinging the axe properly. So that was, again, another concern. Now, I never personally had problems with any objects or any weapons I had in my hands, so it could be user error on his part. However, you know, having your weapons just disappear, you know, that's not really user error. I know so far I'm making the game look pretty lame, however, it did get a lot more fun when it started to get dark when we ran into some players.
I'll follow you. I did not realize this game gets this insanely dark when you're
Hello?
dark.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I need some help.
What do you need?
Yeah, what do you need, bud?
Here, I'm gonna try
How
my
do I drink soda?
I'll put my light on.
Put
here.
it in your hand, and then
Uh-huh.
you gotta hold like right click or something.
Oh.
What, you have a glow stick?
Let me
Joe,
do
what the
that.
hell do you... Hold on, we'll come up there. Let's go up there.
You want
I
a
kinda
glow
wanna
stick?
kill him. Yes, I don't know. I see another glowing thing over here. I hear a zombie, and if there's actually a zombie, then I'm done because I can't see anything. How'd you get up there?
Here, there's
Oh,
a
there's a
there-
ladder right here.
there's a ladder right here. There's a ladder
Go
right
up,
here.
go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. You know how?
Yep. I don't know
There you
where
go.
I don't know where my glow stick went, but
Hello?
Hello.
There's another... No, I heard
how
another
do you
person
how do you
somewhere.
get off this roof, by the way?
Don't jump in there.
That's a good question.
Oh,
Okay.
actually you do, actually.
Hello?
How'd you get up there?
There's a ladder.
Blind?
Way in.
There's some stairs inside and a ladder. Do you have any food?
Although I'm not positive this
I
guy
can
can get off the
try.
roof here.
I have tuna. You need it?
Okay, no,
There
I'll
he
be
is,
good for
hello.
now. Wait, but do you know how to get
Make
off
him
that roof?
bone.
Because I'm not about to jump on that roof if I can't get off.
How do you get that light?
Well, I think you spawn with a flare, but I just found a couple glow sticks.
Typical Daisy. Screwed you
I don't
over.
see
You're,
it went down.
you're probably stuck up there, dude. Unless
You
like
should
you
catch
jump and
me.
don't die.
Um,
Catch you.
I'll try. Hey, we can try.
I'll go on this
Yeah.
side.
Good.
Yeah, we'll come off. We'll get off.
Yeah, we'll head down, I guess. Oh, he jumped down.
No, no,
He fell over you.
no.
No.
Where are you? Where are you?
I swear I saw him fall.
Hey, you still up there?
I think he's dead.
No, he's not. Why would he
Well,
jump off?
Well, I literally thought I saw the flare fall. Unless he was
Ah.
just moving around.
Hey, are you up there? Hello?
Wait a minute.
I hear him. Is that him?
Sounds
Hello?
confused.
Oh, there he is.
There
Hey,
he
how'd you get down?
Oh, he's alive!
How'd you
I
get
kind
down?
of fell.
Oh,
Are
I
you
kind of
okay?
fell and hurt myself.
okay. Oh,
Are you
Wasn't that nice.
dying, sir? Are you dying?
Kind of.
are you
How do you turn
bleeding?
this flare off?
My,
I'm not bleeding.
I'm not bleeding.
Okay.
My cross is like half health.
Okay, well, I need to find some water. It was at this point where I tried to have a little bit of fun with them. I had some meat in my inventory from an AFK player that I had killed and filleted, so I decided to mess around with them a bit and, well, let's just see how it goes.
Oh, you guys are leaving?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
we
get out
gotta
of here pretty
leave
soon.
quick here.
Oh.
Going out to eat with the fam.
I'm about to eat. I'm gonna eat this
Is
human
he
meat in
eating
front
a
of him.
whole chicken?
No.
What is that?
Yeah, it's chicken. It's chicken.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah, it's definitely,
not okay.
definitely chicken. Yeah. It's not chicken.
I was
That's
totally
his
chicken. Hey, that was my glow stick.
Yeah, his hands are full of chicken blood. See, that's definitely chicken
That's
blood.
chicken blood. Did I do it? I do want my glow stick
That was
back.
a human.
No, it wasn't.
That was a
That totally wasn't human. That was definitely chicken, my dude.
That was a human.
No,
I'm
it
running.
wasn't.
Well, Looks like we just got Mr. Wheezy over here. Don't go anywhere. No, 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 no.
Wait, what? What?
What? What? Hey, let's go. Want to follow me into the woods? You guys can turn off those lights if you want. Play that really slowly. Play that really slowly. I want your meat! I want your meat! Give me your meat!
No!
Give me your meat!
I didn't like him anyway.
I would have caught you!
Let's get him.
Ah!
No, I'm the good one. I'm hurting
That's
him
true.
too.
We'll have to pick one off! Get the other one!
I'll whack him. Oh, he's a strong
We
one.
got him! We got him! We got him! Hey, do you want to share with us? Hey, where'd you go? Hey, man on the roof, you want to share with us? Long story short, he felt bad about killing his friend, so we didn't actually go after the other guy. He kind of came back, we tussled a little bit, but all in all, we kind of ended on good terms, and me and my friend got off for the night. But this interaction with players was probably the highlight of the night, and I think it goes to show that player interaction is not dead in DayZ Standalone. If you kind of want my final take on it, I would have to say that DayZ is still fun, but you have to go out and make the fun yourself. The highlight of the game is definitely still the player interaction. The basic principles of the game are still there and they haven't changed. That is possibly due to the fact that I only played an hour and a half, though, you know, a lot of the changes may have come in the later parts of the game, the end game, you know, when you're all ready and geared and ready to go, but I just haven't got there yet, so, you know, my view may evolve still. There are some tweaks with the game that I don't necessarily like, though I don't think that has put the game in any worse of a position than it has been in the past. There are definitely some improvements to the game, though, so I don't want to, I do want to give credit to where it's due. So just keep in mind that this gameplay and this review comes from the perspective of a longtime DayZ player that has had some off and on relationship with the game. So anyway, I think we're getting to the end and I've said all I wanted to say. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more content like this. I'll probably put out a fuller review later. But I will see you guys later.